What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? We are going to hop right in today's video by going over some of that, that screenshot that we got like maybe less than a month ago that had, everything to do with Qui-Gon's Omicron, the changes to GAC, the crystals moving away from arena into some other arena, or rather tournament daily kind of a mode. And that whole screenshot and how that ended with a few things to do with SITH. I just wanted in this video to talk a bit about SITH. As I am playing this, I wanted to finish this first though. But I'll show you a screenshot in a little bit. I just got to finish this first with the Master Kenobi. I have to spend so much crystals a day to get this guy's ultimate, like just one attempt on ultimate stuff. To get his ultimate mat, that is, the material. It takes a lot of grinding, I'll tell you that much. But I can't wait to get him done before GAC. Anyways, I gotta show this, right? It's sexy. I love I love this whole little animation stuff that we got going on here. What's actually some of my favorite part about the game. Anyways, let's go over here. Let's go and show you. Lord Vader. Sith right there. Sexy man. Anyways. I'm sorry. I started this like right after I started the battle for the ultimate here. Let's go talk about this screenshot a little bit more. Pretty much everything here has, since it's, been mentioned, it's come true. It's been, come to life. It's real stuff, right? First things first was the crystal income dramatically, the Qui-Gon Omicron, and then we see here some changes to, of course, some GAC stuff. But then also a couple different things here. The last two things I want to talk about today is Starkiller is underwhelming, but that the fortunes needed for the unlock are the real prize. Can we just take for a second? That character, by the way, like Darth Talon, that new one, she's not that good. I mean, she has her own little niche spot to be used with a triumvirate, but like, I don't see her like adding a whole lot of use that we once saw with like, oh, I don't know. I'll add her to my list, that we saw with like Kyle Katarn or Dash Rendar. Like, she's not even close, at least in my opinion, to a Dash Rendar or a Kyle Katarn. I might be wrong there. From what I've been seeing, from Arnold, from like people in my guild testing and trying her out in different comps, I just don't really see her being that good. But I just thought it was funny because the screenshot says that the tunes needed for Kyle, or rather for Starkiller, are the real prize. I don't really see her being a real prize. Maybe her only use is to be like that fourth to that triumvirate team in GAC. But it's really hard, guys. Same thing with my last video. It's hard to like really see these newer characters that seem great on paper. Like, they can still do a lot of great stuff, but like their really big changing point is with their Omicron, and like, we can't really see how that is unless we get them in like in GAC and we test them out in that game mode, because without that, there's absolutely no bit of testing that we can do to really see how they are to the max of what they can do in their potential. Same thing with Dash and same thing with Darth Talon, Qui-Gon Jinn, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. We just don't know. On paper, it looks pretty good, but like, we won't fully know how well it is. So for Qui-Gon's, his sounds freaking amazing, but we don't know if it's good at all unless we test it out ourselves, right? So same thing there. Anyways, they do say though in the screenshot that Starkiller is a bit underwhelming, it says here. But then the next thing, the majority of the video will be talking about Sith. I guess we already did with Darth Talon, but it says here the very last thing was that the next capital ship is likely to be Sith with Nihilus. That little speculation we've had for like years ago? Well, it's coming true. It looks like it is, at least. So coming over to ships, and I gotta say, I still think this is like my 2 cents with the fleet meta right now, and moving forward at least, there should be no other capital ship or fleet team that can compare to an Executor. Not even close. There shouldn't be one for at least a year. At least a year. I say that because the requirements needed for this capital ship are bonkers. Very, very top-end stuff. Like in terms of requirements for gear, relics, all that jazz, right? So that's number one. There shouldn't be anything that comes close to the Executor. At least I'm hoping. But what I am hoping for is another ship that can be a bit more plug and play with the Sith. If you see, the teams we got for the factions, that is, we have like a Sith, just few ships that are just lying around, right? the Scimitar, we have the B-28 Extinction Class Bomber, and then the SITH Fighter. I would say the Shuttle and the TIE Advanced are definitely in that team with either Thrawn for the Chimera or Moff Tarkin with the Executrix, right? But then we have like the Scimitar, the Bomber, and the Fighter just kind of chilling. Like we don't really use them that much. Oftentimes we do see some use out of this guy, but like I wouldn't say that's like the biggest use for him. These guys are definitely left in the dust, right? So getting a Nihilist ship, I still think it can be pretty good, but looking at it, I'm not going to be pulling away Darth Vader or this shuttle away from the Empire teams to be using the Sith unless it's very good. So it could be to the same extent as the Resistance fleet or a First Order fleet. You know, having just like 3 ships plus the capital ship, it could easily be something just like that if that's the case. I still think in this, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there could agree with me, is that we need not capital ships, but we need ships. We just need other ships added in the game. And I haven't, you know, looking at it, I don't think we've gotten one in a long time outside of the Razor Crest. I don't think we have. And I think that's a bit of an issue, right? We definitely need some more ships added into the game that can either be a good tie-in, like maybe it's not even a pilot ship, like the Vulture droid, like the the bombers or the Y-wings, right? We need something like that, or just something in general that can be a new ship to come into the game to either add on to those different fleets like the First Order or the Resistance. And if we're gonna get a new Sith capital ship, then hopefully we get some more with the Sith. But like I said earlier, I don't think that, you know, that there should be any capital ship that can come close to competing with the Executor on offense or defense. Not even close. And if they do come out with something like that, that is a very big issue, because that just throws off every single thing that people are been, you know, grinding for and working towards. I feel like that will probably be a big kick in the nuts for most people out there. I like the meta at the moment because there are some counters to it, but it's still very dominant and obvious that the bounty hunters with Executor are definitely the best team out there, right? So hopefully the new Sith team, if there is one, with the new capital ship being the Ravager with Nihilus, that it's somewhere between like the Negotiator of Malevolence and the Chimera and Executrix. Something like that would be really nice, I feel like, because, you know, in GAC, if they want to in the future add even more ships, then that's a nice filler team you could set or use for offense. But right now, we only have 2 teams for fleet. 2 for offense, 2 for defense, right? And right now it looks to be that we have 4, 8, 9 capital ships, so another one would be 10, right? But yeah, I mean, Sith in fleet are super lacking, and I still feel like they're lacking even in the characters. I'm not sure why I've always felt this, but even with like the addition of that Darth Talon, even with like Sith Eternal Emperor, I just still feel like it's lacking. I say that because the Lord Vader team is totally with Empire and more of those tanks with the new Maul. So there's not many Sith there. And it works better to be that way. But then we have the Eternal Emperor, which is more of like a solo team. Maybe like slapping a Watt, slapping an Armorer, and there you go there. But like everybody else, you know, we have the Sith Empire, but that's been in the game for a very long time. Outside of those guys, Triumvirate with Darth Talon does not really make it enough to really say and speak to the whole vast majority of the people that this is a good faction to build up upon. Like, I don't really see many people getting Year 13 on Savage. Not even really the whole Triumvirate, you know, not even that. Others, you do need them for some requirements, right? But outside of the, you know, those guys, you don't really see many people getting others with relics in Gear 13. So anyways, I still think that there's some more love to be had here. Hopefully we get some more Sith and Sith ships, you know, getting maybe, I don't know if any of these guys have a ship that goes along with them, but it'd be cool to see something here. Maybe Dooku. I think Dooku has a ship, right? That could be a Separatist and a Sith. Some dual faction synergy would be really nice with fleet right now. So hopefully we get something like that. But yeah, Sith guys, with Darth Talon and Triumvirate, it is nice, but I don't think it's like, holy cow, it's amazing, right? We have a couple different, you know, GLs with the Sith right now, but still feel like we're lacking something, especially with fleet, right? Anyways, that's about it for today's video, guys. I just want to kind of go over that little, bringing back up again, this little thing again, going over everything so far. Everything has been, you know, happening, or has come, it's been true, right? But the ones we haven't seen yet is Starkiller and also the capital ship, right? So we'll see here shortly how it all kind of you know, pans out. Hopefully it's good. I mean, if you're going to be getting, looking at this, guys, if you're going to be getting 4 of these new marquees to Relic 5, you would hope that Star Killer is pretty dang good, right? And these guys are not like the easiest gear either. So hopefully it's something worthwhile. Anyways, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, I will see you all later. Peace out and have a good one. Bye, guys.